Yeah, man, it's the 3rd of February, 2023, and this video, I'm going to talk about some different things, and it's not going to be the typical video about the torture and these gang stalkers attacking me with broadcasts, although that's the motivation behind these type of videos. So this one could be really important. This one could get you your neural monitoring, especially if you if you want to take the time to learn some things. And this is one of those things like, don't do as I do as I say do. And it's kind of like, I don't understand why I haven't already done this. And there's been a couple times where I decided that this was going to be my pathway to getting my neural monitoring and destroying gang stalking, and in particular, the gang stalkers that I have to deal with on a daily basis that, in fact, attack me with broadcasts. Facebook, all right? All social media, but Facebook 100% has a lot of gang stalking stuff going on. And I'm not talking about somebody trolling your page and saying some little stuff, or all the groups about it or anything. I'm talking about secret stuff on the under. Facebook is where it's at. I promise you, I swear to God on everything, Facebook is where it's at, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you some other things about internet and stuff that's happened with me. One, things in the background going on with Facebook, meaning like gang stalkers using your account without you knowing about it, without you being able to know about it. This is where Meta becomes liable for $1 billion lawsuit, because you don't know about what's going on. You don't know, and there's no way for you to go into your account and find out that these things are going on. This is why I'll always bet against Meta long term, because I know their level of involvement. And their level of involvement is to allow this to happen knowing that it's happening. So let me tell you one of the things that I'm talking about. About a year and a half ago, I was searching up a gang stalker's name, and his name is Tony Bruce. He's from the Atlanta area. He's a gang stalker, and the girl that has possession and control over my neural monitoring, I believe, gave him neural monitoring, and that's how he became able to access mine, was through her giving him access. Now, the reason I say that is because I saw it with my own eyes. But another reason is because that's the only reason I've ever heard of this person, this Tony Bruce guy. Never heard of him other than he knows some of these people that I know. And that's how it became a whole gang stalking thing with Tony Bruce. So about a year and a half ago, I searched his name up, and I was just clicking on the different profiles. It's kind of doing like a gang stalker investigation, okay? And because I was trying to figure out some things. And so I clicked on one of his pages, and within his page, on his Facebook profile, a Tony Bruce Facebook profile, there were my things, my groups. Now, I'm not talking about posts. I'm talking about built in to a section, okay? Under the profile picture, a built-in section that doesn't exist on mine and your profiles. There's no section where I can go onto my Facebook profile and add a section featuring your groups and your pages. Those are they're your digital properties. Those are assets of your account. If you have a group or if you have a page, your profile in general, those are your digital assets. They're your account. And on this Tony Bruce profile, in a section above the posts and below the profile picture and the background picture, there was a section that had my stuff, my page. It was two of them. It was the gang stalking group, my group that's called Gang Stalking, And I believe it was the artificial telepathy group. Those two groups. I think it was just groups, not pages. And like I said, there's not a way that you can go onto your Facebook profile and in a section under your profile picture and background cover photo, add a section that's featuring my stuff. You can't do that. There's no way to do that. Okay, so he had a section that was built. This was built from coding, from the developer Facebook side coding. No, he's not a coder. He's an old man, an idiot. A paroled out old man idiot. All right? Spare room, low life idiot is what he is. And I'm sure he'll probably get permission to come on and attack my face with the other idiots. But I found that profile and I got a screen recording of it. The whole situation. All right. And then what happens? Immediately they deleted the video and shut down my phone. They shut down my phone while I was making the video. Okay. So when I turned the phone back on, literally they turned off my Samsung Galaxy phone while I was making the screen recording. They turned it off remotely from somewhere else. And when they turned it off, I turned it back on, and there was the video. Instantly, they deleted the file. I spring into action. I turned on my Sony regular camera, watching myself do this. And I get a photo file recovery application, and I recovered the video. The screen recording video that they deleted remotely, because this is huge. This is huge evidence. It's absolutely 100% proves that Tony Bruce was accessing my phone remotely and deleting evidence against him and accessing my personal accounts. And so it's like he's hacking my stuff and he's into my personal accounts, account fraud, and it had the posts and everything on that profile. I was scrolling through everything. It all had to do with gang stalking stuff. So it proves tons and tons of stuff. So of course they had to try to delete that video. So I recovered the video. All now I'm doing it with the third extra camera running that they can't delete because it's not a online device. It was an old school Sony CyberShot. All right, and I recorded myself recovering the video, which they swiftly deleted again. I said, okay. I turned the phone off, and I decided right then, this is too important to sit here and play these games. I would never turn that phone back on until I know that I can secure this solid, damning evidence against Tony Bruce and Facebook in general, and prove a lot of stuff to do with gang stalking and the whole group of people that I always talk about. So that's what I did. That's been a year and a half ago, and I still have that device. I keep it very closely guarded, and I've never turned it back on since that day, and I'm quite sure I can recover that file again. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. So as soon as I know that I can secure the device and secure the file, all I got to do is recover it again. And that's the biggest thing that's happened against gang stalking, remote neural monitoring, and Facebook. Okay? On top of that, secondly, which is another very important thing, a long time ago, probably 4 years ago, and you can find this on my channel. Why I know, it's a video, why I know Facebook is involved with gang stalking. So, a gang stalker over neural monitoring, artificial telepathy broadcast, a girl that was on my channel back in whenever I made the video, she kept saying my name in a funny way, okay? And I finally got it that she was trying to tell me something. And so what it was, my name, but it was spelled different. And if you just go watch the video, how I know Facebook is involved with gang stalking. And so what I did was I put in the email address that she kept hinting to me, which was my real email address with my real name changed a little bit, like one letter changed and added extra. And so this was not an email address I had ever heard of. Now, something like this can be tracked to some degree. I know it's been got old, but still, the data exists somewhere. Somebody created this email address and it wasn't listed. I show how on my Facebook it's not listed as an email address that can be used with my Facebook. Only my real email address was listed. And so with that fake email address, that's not my same real email address, that's not listed anywhere on Facebook, I could log in to my Facebook with my same password. And the Gang Stalker girl told me this. She told me this basically. And so I did that and it worked. And I did it on video. And the fact that it works on the video and that in the video I show you that it's not an email address that's listed on my Facebook as something that's used, again, it proves a lot. There's a lot going on behind the scenes with Facebook. There was another time where I found a copy, okay, a copy of one of my groups, but it was my group because it had all my, it was way before the Tony Bruce thing, but it was something to do with the Marcus guy, the Howard Circle guy, and they had the artificial telepathy group, and it was the exact same group, but had a different icon, but it had all mine and all you guys posts in the group, plus some extra Gang Stalker stuff. It was the Gang Stalker version. And I'm not exactly sure how to go about accessing this secret side of Facebook with all of this secret Gang Stalker pages that have to do with us, everybody who doesn't have access to neural monitoring. But I swear to you, I've never told you a more truthful statement. 100% all this stuff exists secretly on Facebook. On Facebook, and most likely all the other social medias too. But Facebook is the one where I've seen it for myself. So all of this secret stuff exists on Facebook, on some developer secret stuff where you can't access it as a normal person. And I don't know if you have to figure out how to use like localhost and configure some custom Facebook application and give it some sort of permissions or pull things in from the I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works. And the idea is that I need to get on the developer side of Facebook, learn it inside out from start to finish, and figure out how I can access all of this stuff. Okay. If you start from the beginning, it probably take you a year or two to figure it all out. Or you can be targeted for the next 20 years. Together, we can figure this out. And we might have to learn a lot about computer programming, coding, and stuff like that, but we can figure this stuff out. It's not that impossible. So I just wanted to make this video to give everybody some direction on somewhere where I know for a fact that there is a lot of things under the surface to be found if you learn the right things. Facebook. Facebook is a big deal when it comes to gang stalking. So I hope you guys will take my advice and get on developer.facebook and start learning from the beginning and learn about the API and the SDKs and all those things and what they mean and all of that. I had a lot of success getting Gang Stalkers to get off my devices back when I started doing stuff with localhost when I was into web development, and I got sidetracked from that too. And all of these things I've been sidetracked from that are big deals. They're big deals. If you learn about all of that stuff, you become untargetable because everything they do is online. But yeah, absolute 100%. I promise you, I swear to God, I will stand by you and I'll say it for the rest of my life. And you could see the video on my channel, and the other video, I believe I can still have that information if I can keep them from sitting there and deleting it or destroying the device altogether, because they'll just brick a device, no problem. If you get too close, I've had them do it. You get too close to finding stuff that you're not supposed to, they don't want you to find, blue screen, screen off, whatever, no, won't work anymore. They will crash your device remotely, and they can do it. They've done it to me on numerous occasions with several devices. Expensive stuff. Just destroy my property if I find something they don't want me to have. But this is the pathway, I promise. I promise you, this is the pathway. So I'm going to continue to work on my computer programming classes. I'm trying to get a degree in that. I'm in my second year. I have a high GPA, but I haven't really started learning the advanced stuff just yet. That's coming. It's coming soon. But meanwhile, as I have time away from work and away from school, I'm going to try to look more into stuff like the developer side of Facebook and anything to do with web development, Wireshark, console logs. You know, my console log will, if I turn it on my laptop, it'll have 500,000 messages in 5 minutes. And it's crazy. These guys are all over our everything. They're all over our accounts. They're all over our devices. This is the best pathway to defeating them, to getting your neural monitoring, and nobody could stop us if we learn the right stuff. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.